Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So HULKBUSTER's buff is basically, well not basically, it's finally live. So we're gonna be playing about the 6-star 660 rank 1 HULKBUSTER that I do happen to have. I have never played HULKBUSTER before, so these are literally going to be my first kind of initial fights with him, and I will be taking baby steps trying to learn how he's supposed to function. Obviously I have seen some videos, but it's one thing to see somebody else do it, and it's a completely different thing to actually do it yourself and know all the timings and things like that. So we're gonna be trying to form our opinions about the little friend HULKBUSTER over here and see what I think about him, whether I want to take him to rank 2, because I certainly could, because he's duped 6-star after all. And yeah, so I know that the first fight here against Agent Venom is hardly gonna be like a perfect fight for HULKBUSTER. Mainly because obviously, okay, so we start off with triggered no retreat already. But yeah, anyways, where was I? So it's not a great fight for HULKBUSTER, obviously, because you want to stack those shocks with your heavy attacks on the opponent, but Agent Venom can simply shrug everything off. So that can definitely produce a lot of problems. Okay, so now we're gonna be in better position here. Let's drop that level 2 in the block, perfect. So it can still power drain him, and we can still spam some heavy attacks, even though he can shrug them off. But can try and chase down to our second level 2, which should hopefully close to finish the business. And there we go, and 2 heavy attacks and the fight is over. So that wasn't too bad, at all, aside from the very initial mistake. And now we're going to be going up against Red Skull. Now Red Skull might be a bit trickier opponent, but again, so long as I can get him to the corner, I should be able to also time the special attack in the block, because typically when you want to make sure that you shoot a special attack in opponent's block, you want to start a combo in their block, and then after you do that, you can make sure that you can shoot that special attack in their block. Now with Red Skull, obviously can't really combo in his block, because he would power drain me and I take a lot of damage. But so long as he's pinned to the corner, I think I should be able to. Yeah, perfect. Here we go. Got our power drain. Some nice heavy spam. And we can go for. And wonderful. Dropping it again, and that will be fight over. So this was also quite smooth. I'm quite happy with that. Definitely not too bad, even though it's a bit tricky against the guy. And now we're going to be up against Iron Patriot. Hopefully we're going to get to the boss, and I want to see if HULKBUSTER can solo that boss. If I'm going to have to heal and use some items, I will. That's fine. I just want to see how well or poorly this guy is going to do against that Sabertooth. So if I'm going to mess up along the way, it's perfectly fine. Oh, okay, so I got hit by that a tiny bit, but that's not a big deal. Couple of heavy attacks. Okay, that was not great. Okay, so let's try and go now. Perfect. Power drain. And the whole power drain aspect obviously fits very well with the no retreat issue, where if you can power drain your opponent. Oh, whoopsie. I want that heal to trigger. Will it not? Whatever. But yeah, that was a bit messy. I knew that he's gaining power. I was just trying to be cheeky, trying to get lucky. Now we're going to be up against this Punisher. Now I'm going to heal up my HULKBUSTER a bit, obviously. I'm running suicides. Even with Nick Fury synergy, I don't seem to be healing all that much. So I'm going to give him some level 3 potions. I had some expiring anyways. But yeah, let's go up against this Punisher and see how he does. So far, he looks quite good. I'm not quite convinced whether I'd kind of put him in, like, I don't know, top 5 in tech class, even though tech class has a relatively free roster. It's not that difficult to compete in tech class compared to most of the classes, but still. Let's go. Power drain. Perfect. No, that whole level 2 system though. Oh, what happened there? How did he do that? How did he do that? I'm definitely that interested in that. If there's always a chance for them to wait because of reach, or... Well, anyways, the fight's over, but how did he manage that to wait? I'm not exactly... Was it me trying to be too quick on heavy attacks? There's definitely some learning curve going to be involved to using HULKBUSTER, because he's not like really a straightforward option. Now, speaking of not straightforward fight, this Nebula obviously is going to be tricky, because first and foremost, she will eat a couple of my shocks. And obviously she also has that power gain, which is going to be annoying. Or they're called energized these days. But she can't eat no more power. Just need her to throw that level 2. And I hate it. Okay, so I'm going to try and get a shock on her. Okay, now it should be good. She's power drained. She can't absorb any more shocks. And I got a good smack in. There we go. So that wasn't ideal fight, but still, that power drains just seems so useful. It's such a strong finisher. Have a lot of damage with at level 2 and 0 power for opponents afterwards. Just provides like a huge window of opportunity to kind of like put in a lot of damage after the level 2, and I think that's like the biggest thing I like about HULKBUSTER so far in general. It's just the amount of damage he's capable of putting out with that single level 2. It's kind of like get to the level 2 and then the rest of the good things will happen, and that's awesome. Probably should have went for another one. But that worked out alright. That wasn't too bad. Again, very quick kind of 26 hit fight. And now we're going to be up against Sabertooth. So I'm definitely going to heal up quite full, almost full, when I'm going to go up against this Sabertooth. Because, yeah, he's going to hit hard, he has that Oscillate, he's going to get Fury buffs, and I'll probably at some point will trigger no retreat or take some hits in a block, so... But, yeah. Yeah, so let's heal it up a bit. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to use some of these tiny ones, because they're probably expiring anyways. Okay, so this is an unboosted rank 1 6-star SIG 20 HULKBUSTER post buff against the Sabertooth boss. Of course he did. Of course he did. It's like my first mistake. Okay, but now he's going to be holding his block like a boss. So I should be able to smack him up a bit. And as I do... that was some nice chunk of damage. Of course he went for it. Okay, anyways, let's go for that level 2 again. I know he has that big armor phase, but still. getting him to hold that block now is going to be impossible. And I missed it. Well, come on, can we do it? Come on, lad. And I failed. 9%. It nearly got him down. Pretty much there. It's safe to say that the issue here was execution, not the capability of the HULKBUSTER. That's what I would go with anyways. And yeah, let me just quickly finish this guy off. Because why not? So at least I can finish, quote unquote, count that quest as finished. But yeah, I think HULKBUSTER did quite well. Definitely well within possible death. I reckon if I got the chance to do that fight again, I would be able to solo that that Sabertooth, and he's actually quite perfect counter for it, because you can just well, yeah, spam a lot of heavies, do a lot of damage, debuffs prevent him from healing, and then drain some power. And yeah, that fight was pretty well made for HULKBUSTER in my opinion. And yeah, so let's take a look. I do also have like a rank 4 5-star, but obviously if I were gonna rank up a HULKBUSTER, I'd be ranking up the 6-star duped. So where's the duped 6-star HULKBUSTER? Did I miss him? I probably missed him. Here we go. He does look quite good. I'm not quite sure where I'd put him. I'm definitely very interested, but there is one thing that to me is quite clear. His heavy attack reach is quite short, and the simple fact that the opponent was able to kind of like avoid my heavy attack, even though we're pretty much in the corner, both of us, you know, I don't quite feel safe using him. And that safety, that kind of like guarantee that your combination, your game plan is going to work, is like one of the most important things in this game. Because if you're insecure whether your combination is going to work, you can't really rely on a champion when push comes to shove. So hopefully after some more gameplay, after some more testing, I'm gonna be satisfied with what I see, and he is actually quite big potential candidate of getting up to rank 2 as a 6-star, because he does look quite fun. His power drain is awesome. I like that a lot. I wished he has something a bit more useful in his level 1. I find his level 1 to be relatively useless with those stun loops, especially in comparison to level 2. But all in all, I do like him. Do I think he's going to be like the best or one of the best tech champions? I'm not quite sold on that. I think he has a potential to do some very interesting things. I look forward to bring him in variant 2 and 3 because he's a tech champion, so he fits for variant 3, and because he's an extra large champion, he fits in variant 2. Other than that, it's probably gonna be best if I bring him in without suicides, because he didn't seem to be dealing too well with them. That is something to point out. But let me know what you guys think about this buffed version of HULKBUSTER. Do you like him? Well, one thing's for sure, he is hell of a lot better than he was. And HULKBUSTER, now when you pull him, at the very least, he is at the level where he can actually be used, regardless whether you really think he's amazing or whether you just think he's alright or good. At least you can actually debate that point, and he's no meme no more. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about him. I definitely will have to play a bit more with him myself to kind of like figure out my ending opinion on him. But all that being said, obviously we have some baby Yoda time here as well, and as you are looking at this tiny little creature being mesmerized by the beauty in his eyes, hit that like button, hit that sub button, drop a comment what do you think about HULKBUSTER, and I'll catch you guys soon. See ya.